All right, what's going on, guys? This is week 13. This has been my best trading week ever. I've been really patient lately. Just don't mind the room. I haven't made my bed. I've been honestly rotting today. I went to the gym. Been scrolling on Instagram and TikTok. Kind of been wasting time. I should have honestly recorded this video earlier, but anyways, this is a really good week, guys. This just proves. This just goes to show, like, I know some people didn't even take any trades this week, but for my strategy, everything aligned. I was patient. I waited, and everything looked good. So this week, I'm just gonna just turn around and show y'all. As y'all can see, Monday, $430 day, and then I'll just tell y'all just saw the green. Tuesday I won $600, $660 day. Wednesday was a no trade day. Market was moving really weird, kind of chopping up slowly, so it didn't really give me any opportunity to enter into any trades. And even if it did, I think we probably would have gone break even on that day. Thursday, another win, very good. It was my smallest win, but it was still really solid. And then Friday was a break even day, so at the end of the week, I was up $1,500 on the account, or yeah, on the week. The balance right now for the account is sitting at 50,810. So yeah, we're doing pretty good on it. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves. You know how y'all know how trading works. Y'all can't really just um depend on it to like be consistent like this, and not consistent. Like, for all you know, like next week we could have really bad price action. So that's why we got to stay patient, stick to our rules. Um, just take trades on the best days we can. For all we know, like I can only take 2 trades next week, but that could also profit me like $600, $700, $800, 900, 1,000, just depending. The goal is just to like not take those bad trades, so the win rate improves and we only win. And then the days we do lose, we hope, or like we stick to the strategy. And if you took a good trade and you lost on it, that's okay. It happens. But anyways, let's get into the trade recap. I'll see y'all in the next clip. We're gonna start it in 3, 2, 1. All right, what's up, YouTube? Like I said, it's week 13 or 14. I think it's 13, but I might be wrong. We're just gonna go straight into it. Like I said, very good week. Very proud of my patience. Just happy I've been able to do the things I've been able to do. Hopefully we get a good week tomorrow, good price action, and if it's not good, we just stay off and take just the best setups like we've been trying to do. So going into this week, I was pretty much bullish just because we're closing over these highs until we just get these little pullbacks and just potentially catch these shorts. But during Sunday, or not Sunday, Friday, or probably this is that Sunday Asian market session. So going into this day, as y'all can see, this 9 a.m. candle closes over these levels. At this point, I'm pretty bullish to at these highs at least, or at least just a prominent high in the lower time frame. So obviously we go to a lower time frame on Monday, and obviously we just don't really have much to work with. Literally, we just kind of just pump up. 9 a.m. candle closes around right here. We close over those prominent highs, or these prominent highs, and that 4 a.m. or that 4-hour candle. And then after that, if y'all hear screaming in the back, don't mind that. That's my mom. 4-hour gets inverse, and then I took a 5-minute continuation on the 5-minute time frame, obviously. Brother, this is not the right day. As y'all can see, oh my gosh, I hate doing on the MacBook. We tap this 5-minute, we get a nice clean 1-minute inversion, and then I believe I broke even at a swing high around this level. If I go to the 1-minute, I hate this. Oh my gosh, I need to get a face cam soon because it's gonna be it's so much easier on the PC. Jeez, dude, are you serious? No wonder. Oh my gosh. Jeez. I know some of y'all are getting mad right now. Bear with me. Bear with me. Shit, man. Okay. Initially I didn't really like this. Like, it looked goofy. And I was like, man, I don't know, it looks a little weird. Um, but we did close above these two candles 1 minute. So I was like, all right, it looks good. I'm gonna enter off of it. I believe I broke even at this swing high. So at this point, this trade was really good. Just the only weird thing about it is we're just chopping for a little bit. It was annoying, but as soon as we tapped this level, it was that was game right there, and we hit TP. I mean, what else is much there to say? I believe I TP'd right here. I believe we have a 4 hour to the left of us from this point. That's why I TP'd. Yeah, and then also we just kept building up all this like low resistance draws on liquidity. Boom, 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 boom. Took it all out, and yeah, that was that. It was a 1.1. Oh yeah, also right here. Sorry, I forgot to mention. Right here was a 5 minute as well. I think there was a 30-second version. I broke even, I believe, at this high. Okay. So yeah, sorry, my bad. The first trade, 5 minute tap. I hear my brother being stupid in the back. 1 minute inversion, and and then we broke even as soon as we took out this low. Then got actually break even. So I was like, all right, cool. And then I ended up taking that trade. So that was that. And then the next day was Tuesday. This was my biggest trade. I risked $240 on Tuesday's trade. Let's see. So this day we closed over a 4 hour fair value gap as well at 9 a.m. So by the time we're on this level, we had a 4 hour candle, and I was pretty confident. I believe we ended up tagging into this other 4 hour, but honestly, I was still pretty like bullish. Like I think in my head, I was thinking like, all right, well, I know we're for a fact. I still want to take longs. Potentially, we could dip back into this equilibrium range, in which we did. And I was thinking, so at this point, we tapped into a 15-minute and a 5 minute, I believe, and I took it off it was a 30-second inversion, but I believe when I was in the 30-second, we like obviously had the inversion, and then after that, we ended up creating a 3 minute while I was in the trade. I noticed it, like, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, dude, there's a 3 minute now, like it just formed. Guess what? We ended up closing over the 3 minute right after I noticed, like a minute later. I was like, all right, we're safe. We're still good to be in this trade, because I was already in this trade. So I was like, dude, I'm not gonna get out of this. Like, I haven't even like, I don't know. It didn't make sense to get out when at the point that I was in the trade. So stayed in the trade, and then we banked. And my reasoning to still take longs around this level, even though we already tapped a 4 hour, because we also had a 5 minute around this level. So I was assuming like if we are gonna go lower, we're gonna at least rebalance to this 5 minute. Yeah, this is Tuesday. Yeah, we're gonna rebalance to at least this 5 minute and then drop lower. But no, we didn't do that. So we had that 30-second inversion, then we ended up having the 3 minute. So I was like, all right, as soon as we tap this 5 minute, this is where I'm going break even. So either we're gonna continue lower and potentially we could find a trade, but even then I probably wouldn't take anything. Or we're just gonna go back to these highs, take out this high, and then drop. And you're probably wondering why I didn't TP at the very high. Only reason I was being extra safe because ES already took that high, so I was expecting an SMT reversal, but we didn't get that. So I could have made a little bit more money on this, but it's okay. It's fine. Happens. Still hit on a 1 to 2.7. Very good trade. One of my best trades I've had, honestly, ever. Yeah. If y'all hear me tapping, I'm looking at the PC. Or my PC, yeah. The monitor for my PC. But this day, I didn't like it. Pre-market, we just dumped. It looked very bad. And we just slowly started chopping. I believe we didn't have any liquidity levels around right here. Like, we didn't have an hourly or 4 hour imbalances. And I was honestly looking for shorts, but nothing really presented itself. And also, not even just that. No, I think I was looking for longs, but at the same time, I didn't really want to take longs because we just had all this low resistance built up, and I didn't really like it. So I just stayed off. And even then, like, we didn't really have any good continuations, good setups, just good inversions. Maybe there was, but by the time I got off, there was like Like absolutely nothing. Man, I'm hungry too. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, now going into Thursday. Um, yes, this is what happened. What the heck, dude? This is the projection trade. I didn't take this trade, but I know I took another trade. Where the heck is it? What the heck? Okay, yeah. This was a trade that I wanted to take 5 minute, and I believe it was a 30-second inversion targeting the lows again. But then I didn't end up taking it. I didn't notice the 30-second when it happened, so I was like, man. So that's why I marked out projection. Did not take this trade, but I did take a trade later. It was second trade was a 15-minute fair value gap tap with a 5-minute inverse fair value gap. Oh, this was amazing. So at this point, a 15 got created. So this whole range was already like it started to become a 15. After that, I was like, we could see a drop, but like we already had that little continuation. But as soon as I saw this 15-minute tap, I was like, all right, we could reverse from here, but nothing's really telling me. We had this 5-minute inversion, so this is where I entered off of. It wouldn't have been as good as this one, but it was still a solid trade and was my last win of the week. I entered around like, I'll be honest, I didn't enter right here. I entered around this wick right here, and I believe I targeted these lows, which got hit, and I didn't put it right at the wick. I put it like almost at the wick. It was around right here, and it was I think it was 1 to 1.2. No, I remember what I did. I targeted a little lower. The sweep of this, and yeah, this one was nice. Good trade. Not as good as this one, just because this had a better RR. But that was that. And then Friday, I believe I missed out on a trade Friday. It was this, I believe it was a 5-minute tab with a inversion around this leg. I believe it was a 1 or 2 minute, if I'm not mistaken. But that's really not. Yeah, I did take a trade, but I don't know why I didn't freaking put the projection on there. It got break even though. Like I said during the beginning of the video, I risked 220 on the trade. I was targeting another high. We had a 15-minute fair value tap with a 30-second inversion. And the trade got break even. Let me go to the 15. Where did I take this? I don't know. I'm trying to remember. Was it around right here? I could just check real quick on my freaking Top Step account. I took it around. Okay, entry time 9:47. It was around right here. Was it? I think it was a 5-minute tap. I don't know. Man, I'm tweaking. Yeah, I think 9:47. Yeah, it was around this 5-minute tap right here. Targeting these other liquidity levels, this intermediate 4-hour high. So remember, guys, intermediate 4-hour high it's a wick inside of an imbalance. So that's what I was targeting. But we already took out this high, so there's no really reason to keep going up. But at least I followed my rules on the smaller time frame, so that's why I got break even. Gosh, they keep screaming. That's where I took it, guys. Oh my gosh, I'm an idiot. Sorry, I'm looking away. So yeah, we got the 30-second inversion right here. This is what I'm talking about. Don't have any Jeez. Anyways, yeah, 30-second inversion right here. That's where I took it. I didn't really, honestly, this was such a short break even where I didn't even want to really like break even, but I'm glad I did. Stuck to the strat and the rule. Only reason is just like mostly it was like really important to break even right here was because we're not even in like equilibrium. We're not even at a good like discounted price range. So I'm kind of glad that I just didn't, what's it gonna call it? I followed my rule on that part. So this was decent, not completely the best, but it could have played out. It just didn't. And after that, I was just like, I'm good. I'm just gonna stay off the charts. I honestly missed out an opportunity around this leg to take a continuation. I don't know why I didn't take it. I think it's just because there was a potential 15-minute and it never tapped the 15-minute, and I was like, So I kind of was marrying that 15-minute in a way. I was like, no, I want it. So, where was it? It was, I think it was Shit, where the heck was it? It was right. Yeah, it was that leg. You tapped that 5 minute, but on the 15 minute, it never went back to these levels. It just kind of kept going up. So could have taken it. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. But it's okay. Learn from the things that I did right, and I'm trying to learn from the things that I missed out on. Because I didn't do much wrong this week, but there's always things to improve on, and that's what you always got to remind yourself. Even after a good week, like for all you know, like next week could be a little bit worse. So that's why I gotta stay disciplined and just be ready for anything, honestly. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next week's trade recap.